So SQL transformation is used to do the do three things basically. So if I go to SQL tab, first of all it will ask us for connection, right? Any relational connection we can use. So if I just choose Oracle, right, then in the SQL type we can either use stored procedure, function, or a query, right? So procedure and functions are similar. Query is something like customized query or any predefined saved query can be used over here. So when I say procedure, right, then the use case over here is if I do have any database procedure already present, right, which does something, right, maybe populating the historical table or invoking a cursor trigger, right, or doing some calculation, right. For that also we can use the procedure, right. So as per the general behavior of procedure, it may or may not return the data, right. In case of function, it will definitely return some data, right. And then procedure may or may not have any input arguments as well. But when we say in context of Informatica cloud mapping, right, it has to be some input, right. There would be few procedures which are not having any inputs, and then we execute them to populate some historical data, right, from transactional data to historical data. If you want to push, right, then we can have a procedure, and using that we can um, do that data load once the main table, which is truncate load, transaction table will be truncate load, right. But then in the historical data we will have almost everything executed, right, or all the data getting stored. So if I want to kind of load that data without creating a new mapping, right, and if I already have a procedure for it, right, then I can invoke that, which will not require any inputs. But most of the cases, right, whenever we use a particular procedure in a mapping, then it will have some inputs coming in from the previous transformation. It will grasp those inputs and accordingly it will do the action, right, and then it may or may not return the data, right. So here currently I might not have the procedure in database as I have refreshed this recently. Let me just check though. I'm just refreshing it. Uh, So let's open a new mapping. So let me pull the SQL again. Okay. So as we were discussing, SQL transformation is used for three things: to invoke a procedure or a function or a query, right. So if I just select the database connection again, here in the SQL type, I'll get these three types, right? Stored procedure, function, and query. So procedure, as I said, like procedure may or may not return the data. It will have some inputs. Again, inputs are also optional, right? So procedure can also be used to invoke a cursor, or I would say trigger, right? Or to load the data from transactional data to data table to historical data table, right? So those things can also be carried out using a procedure. So here, but whenever we use a procedure, whenever we invoke a particular procedure in context of any particular mapping, right, then usually it is taking some inputs from the source transformation, or I would say some previous transformation, and accordingly it will load the data, or it will does its job, whatever it is, right. So it can be used for calculation as well, but mostly whenever we want to calculate something, we will use the functions, right. So likewise here I can just let me just check in the database itself if I have any procedures present. If I just expand procedure, no, I don't have anything as such. So I'll have to have some procedure over here. Maybe I can revisit this next time, but I'll show you the use case, or sorry, not the use case, how to kind of, um, I would say, configure this, right? So if I click select, and if I, select that respective procedure, right, which I want to invoke, then in the field mappings, right, I can, if that procedure which I have selected in the SQL tab over here, right, then that SQL procedure, if it has any input arguments, right, then those would appear over here, one or multiple, whatever, and those input arguments can be, you know mapped from the incoming fields. So we'll map the incoming fields to those inputs in the SQL, the procedure, right, and then that procedure, if it has any output fields, that will be captured over here, output fields, right, and then that can be taken ahead to the target or to the next transformation for further further utilization, right. That way we can use the SQL for a procedure. If I use function, right, then it would again remain same. In the field mappings, again we can provide input arguments to function. Now when it comes to function, right, then it has to be definitely returning some value in the response, right. So we'll provide something whenever we have complex arithmetic calculation, right, which is a little bit difficult to code, right, means we can do that, right, in Informatica mapping with several transformations, we can do that. But if that particular coding is already done in database in terms of a function, right, then why to replicate that, why to again kind of code it in Informatica cloud mapping, right. So we can leverage that particular function, and then we can invoke it using the SQL transformation. So we will select that function over here, then we will map the fields as we are expecting some value out of that particular function, right. Then most of the time we'll have some inputs to it, right, we'll provide those inputs to that function, and then in the output field again we can have that particular return port, return value, and then that return value can be grasped into the next transformation for further calculation, or we can directly take it to the target. Okay, that is how we can use the SQL transformation to invoke the function. Third use case is the query, SQL query. And whenever I select the SQL query over here, then it will ask me whether you need to use entered query or a saved query. So for SQL, we have a subtype, what type of query. So whenever I say entered query, right, then I can write query over here. So if I want to do select star from customers where customer ID is equal to, and then that is equal to can come from the source, right. That way, if in the middle of the mapping, if I want to do select star from, or if I want to run some query, right, having some inputs, right, or it can be a complex query as well, or join query as well, right, which I want to run in the middle of the mapping by having some value coming in from the, or maybe some calculated value. I do have some source expression, I'm doing some aggregations and all, and after that I'm reaching to a particular value which I want to pass in the where clause of that query, and then accordingly I want to fetch the data, right. So the question would be that, why can't I use another source joiner and join those two, right. But in that case I'll not be able to put that in a where clause. If I want to conditionally call a particular query, right, select query, using some conditions to be put into the where clause, right, in the middle of the mapping, right, in that case we can use the SQL transformation with saved query option, sorry, entered query option, and we can write our query over here, and in the where clause we can just provide that. So where clause is not mandatory over here, it is to, you know just to discuss that particular use case, right. But even if I want to use select star from this table without having where clause, that also can be done over here, using the SQL transformation. So that is the entered query where I have to write the query over here. We can even use the parameterized value also in the where clause, right. Second thing is the saved query. So saved query we have discussed whenever we created the synchronization task, right? So that time we discussed that synchronization task, saved query can be used in multiple synchronization tasks as a source, or it can be utilized as a saved query option in the SQL transformation of mapping. So this is the second use case of the saved query. So what I can do is I can just browse and I can just search the saved query which I have already created, and accordingly let me check if I have a saved query here in the, oh, here maybe it was a older Informatica cloud account, so we had created a saved query. Right now I haven't kind of exported that, right? So I don't have it. So in your case, if you already have created any saved query, right, that you can use over here in the SQL transformation demo, you can use that saved query, and then that will be kind of um, utilized, right? And we can also map the fields accordingly, as in like my bad. For the query type, field mappings are not applicable. These are only applicable for the procedures or functions. Whenever we have input argument, we can just use it, right? But in case of query, SQL entered query or SQL saved query, we can execute that, and whatever is the select clause, that will become my output fields. And then those can be taken ahead over here in the target or for the further calculation in the next transformation. Okay, so this is how I have just discussed about how to configure SQL transformation. But maybe what we can do is like I can have some sample procedures or functions, and using that we can try to invoke this SQL once again, right? Just to kind of go in a flow, I have just mentioned in which context we can use the SQL transformation. Okay, so this is how we have concluded the transformations